I heard Seth Godin say the other day that you have all the time you need, you just have to decide. And that becomes very acute as you get closer in retirement because time takes on a different shape. It's a little bit more asymmetrical. I think of myself as a 57-year-old, and I look forward at my 67-year-old self or my 77-year-old self. I hope that dude is doing really well, but I don't know. So time on the short end becomes much more important to do the things that are important to me before it's too late. So I don't live a life of regret. And so how do you do that though? Because there are a lot of things you might want to do, or you may not have an idea yet. Well, I have a framework that might help you begin the journey of dialing this in so you can take these dreams, these wishes, and turn them into actionable goals to make them a reality, which is the whole point of planning in the first place. So let's take a look at a framework to help you begin this journey to create goals out of some of the things that are most important to you. Let's take a look at a mind map here. So let's talk about a life well lived. One framework you could do is ask yourself a couple questions. What do you want to do for yourself? Just for yourself. And brainstorm some things that are important. Maybe you've held on to these ideas for years. Could be you want to ride across the United States. I know a gentleman who did that, Portland to Portland. Maybe it's write a book. Maybe it's ride a unicycle. I have a great friend and client that is at 59 years old learning how to ride a unicycle. And he's got a few injuries along the way, but it's important to him. Maybe it's learn Spanish. Maybe it's expand, just be a handy person, a handyman, something you've always wanted to do. What is it you want to do just for you? The next question you can ask yourself is, what do you want to do with friends or perhaps your spouse? Maybe it's take cycling adventures, host a monthly dinner, find old schoolmates, grow closer as you age with your friends and your spouse. For me, it's I want to live in Colorado and be in a walking town and have the mountains close. That's something that I want to do with my wife and friends. That's important to me. So brainstorm for you. What is it you want to do with the people around you? Next question you can ask yourself. What is it you want to accomplish in the world? Maybe it's create a family tree. My aunt is doing that right now. I'm bringing a diary from my grandfather from World War II tomorrow to help her on that journey. Maybe it's finish a degree. Become a mayor. Maybe you want to change the world that way. Change the world. Maybe start a study group or a book club, coach debate, or serve my community. Maybe you just want to be involved in your community because now you're not traveling because you're not working. You get to brainstorm, what are things you want to accomplish in the world? They don't have to be big and life-changing or world-changing. They just have to be important to you. Next area where you can explore some dreams is, what do you want to do for your family? Maybe it's pay for your grandkids' education or build family traditions. Be close to your children. Maybe it's just be a great grandparent. Maybe that's the phrase, and we'll key on that one. These are all dreams, potentials that you're going to have to decide. So you get to dream up your own, and then you're going to cull that list to decide which ones do I take action on, because we want to turn the most important ones into goals. So let's look at how do we do that. Let's come down here and take these and put a little bit more resolution on them. Here's an example of, I like to travel. Okay, well, I want to see the world. Well, what specifically do you want to do? Maybe it's visit Japan or live in Rome for a year. We can take, say, expand your handy person skills and turn that into work part-time in a hardware store. That could be an example, or build a builder space. If you want to be a great grandparent, well, how do you actually do that? It could be simply having dinner with them every Sunday night. You could put that down, or perhaps it's you want to take them on trips annually. You want to create an environment where they can explore the world and you can see it in their eyes and create memories. That is a little bit more actionable, isn't it? But we're not quite there. So your goal is to take these and start to put more resolution to what they might look like. But you're not done yet. If you want to take dreams and turn them into reality, now we have to make them actionable and incorporate it in your overall retirement plan. In some cases, they're going to involve spending money. In other cases, like working part-time might actually get you money, which is a win-win. But let's take this taking trips with grandchildren. It's easy to say that, but how do you integrate it into your plan so you actually take action on it? Well, let's go down to what a goal looks like. The anatomy of a goal that is actionable is going to have a start date. When does this thing start? A frequency that could be 1 year, it could be every 4 years, it could be every other year. It has an end date. The end date could be for the life of the plan, but maybe it's for the first 10 years of a plan. Maybe it's a big trip that happens every other year for 10 years. And then you have an amount. What is your estimate on the cost of executing that annual goal? So that's the basic anatomy of a goal. So let's take trips with grandchildren. Well, let's assume it starts now or when you retire. The frequency is you want to do this once per year. Let's say you have 2 grandchildren, so you do 1 grandchild every other year. You want to do that for 15 years, your assumption being that they might be too busy later on in life. And you want to put an amount on that. And here I use an example of $10,000 a year. Now you can dial that in with a spreadsheet, or you can just do a swag on that, a sophisticated, wildly awesome guess. But now you can put this goal into your retirement plan, and you've decided the discretionary goals. Maybe it's giving to Habitat for Humanity to be in part of the community and taking your grandchildren and working at a hardware store. But you've decided from all of these dreams that you have, and you've turned them into high resolution goals that will be part of the plan that you can challenge yourself to take action on and actually budget for. That's how you start to make sure that you don't miss your opportunity because of this asymmetry of time, and you live a life without regret. And most importantly, that you rock retirement. So I challenge you, if you're nearer in retirement, do this exercise and put some meat to the dreams that you have so you can rock retirement.